Hi everybody. It is 4:30 in the afternoon on Tuesday. Doing this recording to kind of walk you through the class, the finance class that we're going to be doing together, and I'm really excited for it. Um, I've taught this content a number of times before, but never at Keene State, and never with such a friendly crew. So I'm really happy to have all of you here who I know already, who I've worked with already, and hopefully you guys will be able to help me to make this class the best that I can by providing feedback about every aspect of it, so that by the time I'm ready to take it to the big leagues in the fall, you guys will know some finance, which will be good. You'll like it. But I'll be, really ready to deal with whatever the fall semester throws at us. With the whole group. So here is what the class looks like on Canvas, and what I want to do is kind of walk you through basically what I've got in mind at this point. So the first thing I want to note, this is the book that Professor Haddon has been using for this class. She likes it a lot. It is not, however, Cengage product. It's a Pearson is the publisher, and although I hate to kind of change things for you guys in midstream, I'm not thrilled with Cengage, and none of you guys are either. So this book is great. It's really, really good. It's a very appropriate level for an undergraduate finance course, and what I particularly like about it is every chapter has mini cases at the back of it. So instead of like a whole bunch of like these disjointed homework problems where you're calculating random things, this is an upper level class, right? You're going to be doing, I'll have you be practicing, the quantitative stuff with homework problems, but really we're going to be focused on these cases, which are comparable to those spreadsheet projects that I had to do last semester in 214. Okay. So you don't have to physically buy this big book. I've got the link to the ebook here. Pardon me while I itch my face. It is polleny out there. Okay, so here is your Canvas page. I put up the student view. Hopefully it was clear that I want you to watch these videos first, including this one about how this class works. And then, one of the things that has been suggested for optimizing your online teaching is that you should really, work to create a sense of community. And I really missed that when we went to online in the second half of last semester. I missed seeing everybody's face, and we need to be prepared for anything going forward. And so I want to try to continue to have a sense of community and to have a sense of connection with my students. And so one of the things that was suggested was to challenge the students to come up with a goofy little video about themselves, like the one that I posted, which is about as goofy as it gets. If you've seen it, it's ridiculous. I sit and watch it and crack up. I'm such a nerd. Okay, and then the other thing is in these orientation activities, I want you to add your profile picture to your Canvas account, just so I can see your faces. I had a student a couple of years ago who had a photograph of Oprah as his profile picture. He did not look anything like Oprah. Not at all. So, put up your profile picture, have it be something that I can recognize you. Although I am enjoying seeing people's prom pictures. They're cute. I've got a little discussion topic here, and this discussion is about trying to get from you, what kind of things you might be interested in learning in finance. Finance is a huge field, and I've been around it for my entire career. I'm a number cruncher, and I really have spent most of my time crunching numbers within a corporate setting, but I've also done a lot of entrepreneurial finance and, money hunting for companies. And then I know people, I'm involved with the stock market, and I know people who do that kind of stuff for a living. And so, I'm aware of the world of finance and how broad it is, and I want you guys to help me pick some topics that you're interested in, because I know if it was me, what I would do if I just, were going to teach what I was most comfortable with. So I want you to give me some feedback on that. And then the other thing in this orientation section is the connection into Pearson, the publisher's online homework product. Now I'm going to click through this link, but it's not going to get me anywhere because it's going to try to get me to sign up as a student. And if I click through it as an instructor, what you look at isn't going to be relevant to you. So let me just click on this and I'll show you how it comes up. So here it is, and it wants you to, create an account with My Lab is the name of their finance of their homework product. You can see watching this video why I don't teach classes after 4 o'clock. I really start blabbering. All right, so back home. Now, so that is sort of the orientation, and you need to get those done in the next couple of days. And then the next thing we have in Canvas is these sort of pinned resources. And one of the things that I'm going to be experimenting with this semester is having a Q&A forum. Because what happened last semester when we went online, I kept getting emails with the same exact question from multiple students. And I don't mind answering emails. I love communicating with my students. But, it might be more efficient for everyone if you have questions, you ask them over here in a discussion area, and then I'll obviously be, monitoring that closely. But if you, have a question that comes up and it's midnight, you could go poke in there and see if the question's already been asked and answered, and continue to move forward if you are a night worker. Okay, so that's sort of what we have. And then the first sort of substantive thing that you need to do is sort of do a little bit of review. These review assignments are in that Pearson MyLab world, There's accounting review, just so that you remember what a balance sheet looks like. And then, itching my nose again, and then a quantitative review, which, to be honest with you, this quantitative review that they have here, this sells me on the Pearson product. It's got really good, the math that you need to be able to do in order to survive these courses with me. So there's that. And then within the quantitative review, they need you to calculate an average. So I just made a little video to show you how to do that in Excel. Then I was thinking about having you do more from that Excel book, but when I started looking at the finance stuff, I just want to jump right in, and we'll learn the Excel that we need as we go along. If there's any stuff that comes up that you're not familiar with, there's a lot in this finance content, and I don't want to get stuck frustrating you with challenging Excel homework. So we're going to go straight into the world of financial management. And one of the things, I haven't filled these all in yet. I just kind of want to show you what I'm thinking about. One of the things that I was thinking about, they've got a nice little write-up of the 2008 financial meltdown in your textbook, and I thought it might be fun to have a little watch party and watch The Big Short together. I could get it on my Netflix account, and we could Zoom and watch it all at the same time if we wanted to. So that could be fun. So, this is how it's going to be. It's going to be modular. There's going to be concept checks for the material. I will obviously be recording videos about the ideas. The ebook, the body of the ebook is pretty brief. I was surprised because this textbook is heavy. But a lot of the material in the textbook isn't content. It's a lot of examples, which is awesome. It makes a great textbook. But I think to explain things and run through the examples for you, it's going to take a lot of explaining. So I'm going to need to do that. Let's see. So one thing is, you'll notice that I've really cleaned up your view of the Canvas page and really minimized the number of things that you can look at. So everything is going to be available to you through these modules from the home page. I've kept your grades up here. I want to look at the grade page. I'm not sure if it's going to give us much. Yeah, so I've set up some assignments already. But actually, let's go to the syllabus. Okay, so here's the syllabus of the class. It's the study of financial decision making based in contemporary financial theory and world economic conditions. The course will focus on financial theory and tools applicable to investing, capital budgeting, capital structure decisions, forecasting, and short-term financial planning. Students are introduced to a variety of valuation techniques and to the capital markets and their influence on business financial decisions. Now that is a lot, and this is a summer course, so I am cognizant of the fact that we're not going to be able to cover the whole textbook. My goal for this class and for this summer version of this class is for you guys to become familiar with the world of finance, to understand, the really basic tools that financial managers do. And then what we'll do, once we've gotten the tool belt together, we'll apply that to what you guys are interested in. So, it could be the stock market, it could be investments, it could be capital budgeting internally. And so the first discussion that I have up for the class is actually to get you guys to tell me what you might be interested in. The first half of the course will cover the foundational tools for all finance, which include the time value of money, interest in all of its permutations, and the relationship between risk and return. These are just fundamental concepts that you need to understand about finance. And then the second half of the course, we're going to apply those tools to a variety of situations, including potentially stock and bond markets and valuation, capital budgeting, raising capital. I've had a fair amount of experience in helping businesses raise capital, so we probably go outside of the textbook for that. And the emphasis will be on case studies and application rather than isolated homework sets. This is upper level stuff. Okay. Needless to say, we will be doing this in Excel. We might have to use a calculator to just kind of explain how some of these, particularly the interest calculations work, because it helps to understand what it means. I mean, the Excel calculation of interest and the time value of money is trivial. It doesn't lead to your understanding. Oh, my nose. Sorry about that. And then the other thing is we're going to do this, it's an asynchronous course. I would love to try to get together with you guys all at the same time, but from the other classes I've already heard back from some students, some of them are available in the morning, some of them are available only in the evening, so we'll see how that works. But the idea is, you're going to do the work when you can. We're going to keep sort of marching forward, and the other thing is I want to make sure that I set up the modules so that they're sequential. Last semester, it was really a problem when you guys were in 214 and some of you were still trying to work on Module 2 while other people were doing Module 6. And then when you come up to Module 6, you don't have any idea what you're doing, and it was just... So we're gonna work through this in sequence, in a logical fashion, and I'm going to try to make sure that you kind of keep up. So that is that. As far as your grades, 5% participation, so I'll have these discussion forums, if you respond to emails, if you Zoom me with questions, if you have the questions and answers, all that. 5% is going to be like these little assignments from the beginning of class. 20% is going to be these concept checks. So I'm kind of dividing out conceptual material and quantitative and higher level material. So those are kind of like, you can almost consider them to be quizzes. And then these mini cases are really where the bulk of your work is going to be and where the bulk of your credit is going to be. And then we're going to have, quantitative homework problems just to make sure that you can do all the little subcomponent parts that go into the cases. And we'll probably finish off with a significant project. So that, my friends, is what we're looking at for finance class. You know how to get a hold of me. Email is best. I was talking to one of the other professors today, and she was talking about a student. She gave her phone number to the students, and so now the students are calling her to complain about grades. There will be no phone calls. Um, yeah, so I think that that should be all you need to get moving here. I am going to want to get a lot of feedback from you about the Pearson homework platform relative to Cengage. From my perspective, I like it a lot better. But I don't know how it's going to be for you guys. So the first thing that you need to do is, let's see, look at these instructions, which is a PDF. Follow the instructions and see if it works. And if it doesn't work, tell me. Okay? And we'll just move forward, figure it out together, have some fun, have a nice balanced summer, as I said, with my guitar from my goofy getting to know you video, and I can't wait to see yours. And yeah, this will be fun. Okay? Okay, I think that's enough. See ya.